What is the title of this podcast?
3 ways to build confidence.
3 ways to build confidence
In yourself.
You could get rid of number 1, and you could get rid of number 2, and you could literally just focus on number 3.
And it'll still give you 1 and
And
2.
it will still give you number 1 and 2.
All this happened for myself and my family. There's no way that this is real, man, it can't be.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Modify Your Life Podcast, where I am your host, Anthony Lopez, also known as Heavy to Modified. Here at Modify Your Life, we talk about modify your life mentally, physically, emotionally, and financially. And then we got our co-host back again. We've actually can't afford her for the last couple weeks.
I don't know. I'm just trying to stack up some chips really quick.
Yeah. Your rate's going up now or what? It's like your 4th time in a row on this bad boy.
I know.
People like it.
Do they?
People like what I'm getting from viewers is that they like that we have 2 different mindsets with our journeys.
Yeah, because we don't really agree all the time.
Or ever.
True.
But we definitely do agree on today's conversation.
Yeah.
Because we've actually been, I'm not gonna say taking it serious. I don't think it's the right way to put it, but I'm gonna say we've definitely been upping our game when it comes to the podcast stuff and making sure we're a little bit more organized because it's the right thing to do. I think we're just leveling up everywhere right now. Mm-hmm. Online coaching, haven't really posted about that or talked about it a lot, but I'm still doing it.
Growing
pains,
good stuff.
But I gotta master the new program before I start taking on new people. Because once I open up the doors, we hit up the people that've been waiting, and then they're expecting top notch coach, and I give that service, and I can't drop down.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. Also, too, definitely going through a slight little bump of the road of this shoulder. If you notice, I'm not in a sling today. In a couple of days, I do get an MRI. And hopefully, fingers crossed.
Not a full tear.
Not a full tear. It's a slight tear, like we think it is. But I need to go get an MRI because I wouldn't mind this thing starting to heal already. The unfortunate truth is that it could be whatever it is, and whatever it is, I'm going to have to adapt and overcome. If you didn't watch that podcast, go check it out.
Little plug.
A little plug right there. But anyways, Modified Frankie, how are you
I'm
doing?
wearing makeup today.
Yeah?
I usually
You got a blanket
don't
on,
even,
too.
It's because you keep this apartment like an igloo.
It's Vegas. I don't know how hot it is, but to me, it's too hot.
When you were gone to Texas, I didn't have it on at all, and it was 85 in here, and I was just
That's
thriving.
disgusting.
I was thriving.
That's disgusting. I always say this. I work too hard to be hot. And everyone always say it's like a weight thing. Like, oh, yeah, because you're overweight, you get hot. But when you lose weight, no, I'm hot. Now,
You run so hot.
you're going to watch me turn the fan on in the middle of this podcast.
That's why I'm prepared with the blankie.
Yeah, absolutely insane. I can't do it. So just letting you know if you think when you lose weight, you're going to stop being hot. Nope. You run hot, you run hot.
Not for me. I used to
for
run
you?
hot, and now I'm cold all the time.
Really?
Yes. You know I'm cold all the time. You bought
Well, I
me a
know you're
Snuggie.
cold all the time, but I never really noticed you to be like a sweaty person. Like me, I felt like I was
Oh,
sweat
I would
tying my
dab a
shoe.
lot.
Oh. I would sweat tying my shoes.
And I would always feel that my armpits would get sweaty because you know how
Really?
it feels like a little damp and warm. And I'm like, ooh.
Girls are nasty.
And the thing is, I knew I was sweating the most when I could smell my deodorant.
Oh.
Not in a bad way, like when you actually smell the deodorant.
Girls are nasty.
Well, I
Do you
wouldn't go
fart
like this.
and go to the
but
restroom too?
All of it.
You girls do that?
Remember?
My mom always told
Did
me
you
no.
tell- did
My
you
mom
tell
said
people-
that the girls were made perfect.
Wait, did you tell people what happened
No.
to Brian Head? That you,
No.
real talk, almost broke up with me?
No, I don't want to bring it up because it's just like I'm still contemplating. It still runs through my mind. Like, is that what I'm going to want to put up in 5 years?
Should we tell them?
If you want, I mean, I'm not going to listen.
So we were in Brian Head on his the first snowboarding trip in Utah, and I wanted alone time for a second because I was a little gassy. But then he comes in the room and he's like, I'm going to take a shower. Can you get all my stuff ready? And I'm like, sure. No alone time exists when Big Tuna's around. So he goes in the restroom, and then I hear that he turns on the shower. So I'm like, okay, cool. And then I just release the fart. And then he's like, did you just fart?
No, that thing was like it shook I got scared. So the in the sliding thing, it's a glass, right, in the shower, and they started to shake
From the other room.
from the other side of the
From
door.
apart.
From then it started to shake, and then the shampoo and conditioner were on the ledge, and they started to fall. I tried to catch it, trying to shake it, and I was scared.
my
I dropped the soap and
You were
everything.
scared.
I was terrified. I didn't know what happened. Like, I didn't know like if there's an avalanche coming. Like, it was like a long one.
It was a long one, but it wasn't that serious.
No, it was.
If you would have minded your business and gave me my alone time, you wouldn't have had to hear it.
There was no minding the people, the next city over heard it. There was no minding my business. I was minding my business in the shower by myself.
I'm allowed to fart in peace.
Yeah, that's not peace. You shook the city. You said in peace. You're right. In peace, you're allowed to do whatever you want to do.
But there wasn't nothing peaceful
that brought
about it?
terror to my soul.
Oh, okay.
Like, I thought I was dying. I thought an avalanche was coming. I thought it already broke everything. It was coming down. The glass was shaking. Shampoo, conditioner was falling. I had soap in my eyes. That, to me, is not peace.
Well, for a
That
week,
was not
he
peace.
kept bringing it up, and he was
Contemplating if I break up with her or
he
not.
was actually pretty upset.
I was
Real life upset.
I was
He's like,
dumbfounded. I was shocked.
Why would you do that? I'm like, I have to fart. You weren't even in the room.
Dude, that was not a fart.
What was
Like, that was something you hear in a guy's locker room.
No.
That was, I was disgusted, but then also very impressed at the same time.
Oh, thanks.
No, it's not a cool thing to be impressed of, right? It's like someone being impressed that I was 650 pounds.
So you mean impressed like how you were impressed with Carla, like swooping the burger off her leg?
Yeah.
Oh.
But that's different. Like, that's my best friend. Like, you're my girlfriend. So it was, you know,
You said there's
I
not different levels of love.
I literally talked to my therapist about that. I was like, I don't know how to handle this.
What did they tell you? Leave her?
I can't discuss what I talked to my therapist about.
Oh, okay.
But what I can discuss is what? What can I discuss?
That women
3 ways to
shouldn't-
what?
Oh, I thought you said he does have a rule: women shouldn't ever fart.
It's not a rule.
He
It's
said
just
that
my mom
we're
raised
too
me.
beautiful, and that nothing should come out of there.
That's all. You know. That's how my mom raised me. You know, I like to think girls are beautiful. Like, guys are just disgusting. Guys are just
Get on with
just
your podcast.
Sweaty and disgusting dogs.
Oh my god.
Ladies are ladies. You know, don't ruin it. I know I'm 33 years old. Who cares? Let me live. Let me
34.
live. Whatever number is. Let me live my life. All right. Let me paint this beautiful false picture.
Then let
If
me
you guys
fart.
could lie to yourself about tracking your food when you don't, then I could lie to myself about girls don't fart and go to the restroom. Right.
All right, well,
I guess
agree
we
to
all
disagree.
live in Delulu land here.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to Modify Your Life, where we talk about not modifying your life today. Talk about living in Delulu land. Oh, social media is a fucking Delulu land right
You've
now.
been triggered.
I've been triggered. You know what? I think, anyways, in our life on how to what? Modify Frankie?
How to build confidence in ourselves. Oh, I had just read it. Oh my god, I forget already.
Man, you'll get used to the podcast thing.
Oh,
You'll get
man.
used to the podcast thing, I promise. You just got to talk a little bit more, but you know, it's difficult. It's because
This is your podcast. I'm here to chill.
it's our podcast. It's my podcast for sure. It's Modify Your Life. I'm heavy modified. You're not. I have a tattooed. Oh, ow! I should have done that. But anyways, no, it's ours. It's it's cool. It's really awesome that we get to have a podcast and actually, you know what I like about our podcast is like we could talk a lot of crap, but we actually will. If they listen, they will take value in something.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? And I think that's really cool. I watch a couple podcasts, nothing to do with our stuff. I don't, Andy Frisella, and I watch a couple other people. I watched Wes Watson, some of his stuff. I watch Ed Millett, but I stay away from like the couple podcasts because I don't feel like
We're not the cutesy
we're not the
people.
QT people. But I do like a lot of the self-development. I haven't really found a couple that do like, you know, like self-development type of conversations yet. But I mean, if anyone knows, just drop it down below. I'd love to hear it because I'm always looking to like kind of see what other people's opinions and ideas are. But for us, like we just come up with topics that, you know, we know that if our old self had a little bit of this information, maybe we could have just, you
What
know,
I would have liked to hear.
been a bumpers to our journey a little bit more, right? Could have
Yeah.
got us the right way. Right. But we got the 3 lists right here. So what is the first one? Modify Frankie. And make sure you stay for the end because honestly, the last one is the one you really just need to work on. But we just wanted to give 3 different steps because honestly, there's always multiple different ways to work on stuff to start building self-confidence in yourself.
Okay. So the first one is going to be take pride in your appearance and your hygiene. And you always bring this up.
Yeah. You know, so this one in a little context, right, is I feel that when we start to get a little, at a point in our life where our weight is becoming very uncomfortable, I feel like the first step is doing that.
Yeah.
Buying new clothes, getting haircuts, changing your hairstyle, X, Y, and Z.
Because I feel like that's the first thing that goes out the window.
Yeah,
Because I know,
no. But I'm talking about like that's the first thing that comes to our mind first when we first start to become a little insecure with our body shape.
Oh,
and
yeah,
our body
yeah.
says that you go buy new clothes, you change up your hair, you get a haircut, you girls trim your hair, dye it, whatever it is, throw super glue those eyelashes on, whatever it might be, you know what I mean? Throw some makeup on the face, you know what I mean? Go glam it up, slap it up, whatever it is, right? Beat your face. Right, us guys can't beat our face, so we just like line it up, stuff like that, and we go buy new clothes. I feel that's the first step, right? That's the first step of it. But then the next step of you losing, like, you start becoming insecure in your body, is now letting all that go,
Yep.
right? Because when you go and buy that. Now, speaking from personal experience, when I went to go buy those clothes, when I first started to feel a little bit insecure midway through our relationship, when I felt like. Because remember, you were always a lot smaller than me. You know what I mean? So when I noticed, like, and before you started losing your facial features, before you started losing weight, I'm like, damn, like, she is beautiful. Like, she is gorgeous. Like, later on in the relationship, I was like, damn, what happened? But I mean, I was, at that time, no, I'm just kidding. I always thought you were beautiful. God damn, you went to sleep and woke up next to Fiona. God damn.
Fiona in the night.
At night. But like, I started getting a little uncomfortable. So I think that's around the first time I went shopping at DXL. Right. And I bought the clothes, super expensive. Shout out to DXL for freaking just, fisting us without lubrication. I hate you guys. And if I ever get big enough to open up a clothing line, I promise you I will have the flyest big boy and big lady clothes, plus size girls clothes, whatever you want to call it.
At a decent
At
price.
a decent price, because I was spending about $300 an outfit from Men's XL.
And it
right.
was like basic stuff.
They rip it to us. So always check out Marshalls. Always check out Sears.
We did Ross, Burlington,
Marshalls.
Marshalls.
Sorry.
Not Marshalls.
No, not Marshalls. I don't know. So Ross, Burlington, and there's one more. There was a place online too.
Amazon helped me out a lot with you.
Yeah, and you check out Amazon too. They do go big sizes now because it's becoming the norm. But
Yeah.
go to those places before you go to Men's XL, especially if you are trying to not go broke by buying clothes. Right? Just want to give you guys a little. There's a little hidden egg right there. But
Yeah.
check this out. So I bought the clothes, and because I was starting to lose lack of confidence in myself, right? I was just not liking how I looked and how I dressed. And when we go out and when you get done up nice, even though you may have not looked at yourself different, I was like, damn, she's pretty. Like, she's beautiful. Like, I'm tripping, And then I bought the clothes because, like, I feel the first step we do when we start becoming insecure. But then we put on the clothes and then we buy them in the store. We feel good. We feel nice, and we wear them out. And we realize we don't look the same as like a normal person would wear them, look in them. Right, and I'm not even talking about like a certain weight. Like I notice I have not brought up the weight at all. I'm talking about just being.
It's what your mind thinks you look like, and you look in the mirror and you're like, that wasn't it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right. So then what happens is that we don't feel like lovable, or we don't feel cute, or we don't feel handsome. We don't feel attractive.
Yeah.
And then we don't buy the clothes. We stop from there. Right. And then we start kind of going down that hill. But as we're going down that hill of lack of love for ourselves, I could say.
It comes
right?
to basketball shorts.
But the hill is going up a weight. You know what I mean? So it's like you start losing, the love for yourself, what you see in the mirror, but then your weight starts going up. And then you start dressing to impress even more and more and more, because you're like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Right. So no matter where you're at in the journey, right? Obviously it was clothes and hygiene, right? Talking about the clothes right now, always go out with something you enjoy wearing. Right. I always want to say it doesn't matter, because even though I was outside at 500, 600 plus pounds, belly was showing, I still somewhat enjoyed the clothes I was wearing. Now, at the end of the day, one could argue and say that's only the option I had of a 7X freaking Pro Club. But I like Pro Clubs. I make sure I had every single Pro Club that I had was like fresh.
Yeah.
Right? I wear one or two times and that was it. And then my shorts that I got, if I could find a cool pair of shorts, I'd wear them way too much. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like I wanted to like still enjoy somewhat of what I seen. Even though when I looked in the mirror, I know I didn't look as cool as a mannequin.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I at least had that, I at least had like
You always
somewhat.
wanted to look put together and smell good. That was your biggest thing.
Yes.
Shower before and after you went somewhere. And for me, once I ended up getting, to the higher end of the spectrum, I mean, I still showered every night, but honestly, it was just because of you.
What is
because
up
your
with this?
hygiene was great.
What is up with? Oh, okay. What is up with this? People talking about they shower every 3 and
Once a week.
I seen people look. I don't know if they're trolling. I don't know if this is real life. how I was raised is that you shower 1 to twice a day, and if you do work out in the daytime, you shower 3 times a day. Like
That's how
like
you are.
I shower 3 times a day,
Most times, yeah.
and that's not from because you were obese, you didn't want to smell. No, that's me yesterday.
Yeah,
with
like
a
you
messed up
showered
arm, I'm all
before
pissed up.
jujitsu, and
you
then
know?
as soon as you got home from
Yeah, well,
jujitsu.
think about that. Just even that alone, right? Jiu-jitsu. Before I got ready for jiu-jitsu, I showered because when you're playing jiu-jitsu, when you're doing jiu-jitsu, you know, your balls are between someone else's face, someone else's balls. I hope they would clean their balls so I don't got to smell their balls all day in my face.
Oh,
That's think about it, because you know when you reverse, right? You go reverse, they put their damn near balls right in my face. I don't want to smell nasty ass balls, so therefore I'm pretty sure no one wants to smell my nasty balls. You don't want to smell my nasty balls.
like ball soup.
It's nasty because even if you're not overweight, your thigh,
That
and then the
friction.
whole love section right there.
The motion
The
of
motion
ocean.
of the ocean, the baby makers are down there, right? So there's going to be a little bit of heat,
Little funk.
right? Just like the pistachio, gets a little warm down there, right? That's nasty.
Get out of here.
That's nasty. Don't I don't
That's
know.
disgusting.
That's disgusting. Like, ooh, brother, what is that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Jesus
So
Christ.
I'm sorry, I just went a whole rant about that. But I'm just realizing that other people, what's funny? When you realize that other people don't always live like you.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
But I've learned not to judge anymore.
No, I don't judge.
But it's
I'm judging in the
trippy.
shower though. I'm sorry. Like, if you like certain things and eating certain things or whatever, I'm not gonna judge you. But like the whole showering, I feel like that's a universal thing. Like, even there's some religions don't wear deodorant, and that's fine, but they still shower.
Yeah.
So like I don't know. I'm hoping these people just trolling.
Well, for me, I would shower every night because your hygiene was on point. And then you would ask me, sometimes I try to like get away with it and I'd go lay down. You're like, well, why aren't you in the shower? And I'm
That's
like,
nasty.
oh yeah, I'll go.
That's gross.
But the thing is, and actually, I want to backtrack a little bit. I remember my appearance and my hygiene really lacking. And one thing comes to mind. Remember one day I was supposed to have a girls' night. We were going to go to a bar with girls from work.
Oh, you're out there throwing them back with the booty fat, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And remember that I had gone shopping for a dress. And I got like an $80 dress. I was like hideous. But I was like, whatever. This will work. Mind you, I'm going with like stick skinny girls. And I was close to the 300 already.
Damn.
But then I remember crying on the couch because like I overhyped it in my head because I'm like, oh, well, since I have a dress, I have to shave my arms and I have to shave my legs and then I have to do this and that's going to take like 2 hours and I'm going to be tired by then. Then I'm not going to have enough time to eat before that. And they're skinny, so they're not going to want to eat before that. So like I overdid it and I started crying. I didn't even go, remember?
I don't remember this.
When we were in Santa Ana.
I don't remember this.
And then you told me, well, let's go to the store and buy you something else.
Oh, yeah, because it came in your car. I thought I got in trouble. I was like, oh, I thought you found out about I found out my other wife.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, man. No. Wait, I don't think you told me that's why, though. I think this is the first time you're actually telling me what it was.
Oh.
I don't remember.
Oh, I think I told you because I didn't have nothing nice to wear.
I think that's, because I don't remember all this. Like, now that you're sharing the story with me, I don't remember that being, like, knowing the reason why. Because that's why I couldn't, I know I remember now in Santa Ana when you chose, it was with you're going to Yvonne and everyone.
Yeah.
From work. I remember that, but I didn't know. I just thought because you didn't have time. I think you told me you didn't have time to get into this. So you actually did buy clothes and you didn't, I don't pay attention to your new clothes. I just say you look,
Now you
I say,
do.
well, now I do because I get in trouble. It's not a guy thing to notice it's new, but now I
No,
have
you
to
notice it
it's
because
new.
you know you paid for it.
That's very true. I had to take you shopping the like couple months, but this has been the best pants. Anyways, so I didn't know that. So that's why you didn't go. Wow. Wow. Find something new. Well, so what else are you hiding from me? You want to get married?
Plenty.
10 years of lies right there, people. You see
yes.
that, guys? They lie. She held a lie for 10 years.
I have plenty.
Didn't even. All right, podcast over. Anyways. No,
We're done.
We're done. All right. Yeah, no, I remember that. So, like, that's why.
And the hygiene part was part of the reason why, because the girls were nothing but nice and they never made me feel that I was different or anything. They were actually very accommodating. So it wasn't them, but it was me that I knew that out of all those 3 girls, I'm the size of all 3 of them put together. And on top of that, of like, it was gonna be a hair washing day. That's like 20 minutes in the shower alone, and then shaving my arms and my legs, and it's like I'm already pretty big, so it takes me a long time. And then I'm like, heck no, I can't mix my hair washing day with my shaving day because that's just gonna make me tired. Yeah.
I'm sorry for laughing. I can laugh at you. You're my girlfriend. I can laugh. That's funny because you said you're tired of shaving and do your now.
No,
I will.
it
I
was
do.
physically exhausting.
No, I know. It's just funny hearing it now. Like the Anthony Lopez of today.
Remember you
The
used to help me
fat phobic
shave?
Anthony was laughing right now. It wasn't the old one. It was
The
the
fat-phobic one.
fat phobic one. That's the one who was laughing.
But
right
remember,
now.
you would have to help me shave sometimes.
I still do. Gotta help you shave your back. You know what I mean?
Oh damn!
We're on camera. You can't hit me.
It's like
Yeah, you can't.
Give me that
They're
shoulder.
watching.
Give me
No,
that
hell no,
shoulder.
no. Please stay away from that one. No, but yeah.
Are you done?
If you're looking for energy, I'm sorry. We're back into it.
Mm-hmm.
We're back into it. So you didn't go because you're weight, but your friends didn't make you feel unbeautiful. You felt unbeautiful,
Yeah.
right? And so, when did that start changing for you? Like when did you start falling back in love with who you were?
Honestly, it was a weight.
It was a weight.
It was a weight.
That was it. That was just a weight. So it wasn't in the journey.
No, because I feel like I have never really embraced the journey because I was always looking for the result. So I never really enjoyed in the moment. But the weight is what made me feel more confident, only because, well, aesthetics, obviously. But it was more because, how I mentioned before, like my body's able to do way more without being completely exhausted. Like hair washing and shaving, it's not even a question. I mean, I still don't like to do it, but it's not like,
She still
I'm
doesn't.
tired.
She still doesn't. If we're gonna be honest, I
Keep it a
shave
stack.
more. Save it a stack. I got less arm. Like I got less arm hair
Low
than her.
key, look at-
I shave my arms. If no one knew that
And
about
his
me.
legs.
Okay. So number one, right, is
Yeah.
what? Give them the answer. Give them what
Number one, take pride in your appearance and your hygiene.
All right, right. Appearance. Wait, hold on though. Appearance and hygiene, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, looking where you are today and how comfortable you are, right, and growing to become more and more comfortable in your body and fall in love with the journey, right? What is something that you would tell your old self? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why did you come up with this? Because you came up with the first one, this first reason of like
Yeah.
appearance and hygiene. So what would you tell yourself, or not even tell yourself, actually, stop being selfish, Francine. What are you going to tell someone that's in the start of their journey that is like looking to start, to love their self while they work on their self?
To me, taking pride in your appearance and your hygiene is important because one, it's going to make you feel not as bad. Because I'm not going to say it's going to make you feel great because it's not. But also, like the way people will perceive you and treat you is really on how you look. So you don't want to give people more reasons. People are shit anyway. But you don't want to give more reasons for people to like give you the side eye or like not consider you for something just because of like, oh, she looks a little sloppy or she got a little stinky, you know? Like the least we could do is not even like, oh, designer everything. Just clean clothes and showered. Smell good.
Let's go. All right. So I would get onto the second one, but before I get into that, my tip would be, or something I would tell someone right now that is building confidence, rebuilding their confidence in themselves as you're working yourself, is understanding that just because you're at in a body or in a mindset or in a lifestyle that you don't like right now, remember, if you keep working towards it, this will be the last day you're there, right? Because you're going to be 1% better the next day, right? So during this time, remember, if you're 20 years old, if you're 25, if you're 30 years old, this is how long it took you to build this body you don't like. So you need to learn how to love yourself and build that self-confidence in yourself. And while you're changing yourself, always focus on going out, feeling the best, and looking the best as possible that you can in that current body. Mm-hmm. Remember, you are working to change yourself. No one knows that. No one needs to know that. You are working to change yourself. So get out there, get some nice clothes, get a haircut. You know what I mean? Be like Modified Frankie. Line up that top lip real quick. You know what I mean? Go out looking good. Go out looking good.
Let's go to
right?
number 2.
And number 2 is what, Mrs. Modified Frankie?
Don't compare yourself to others.
Oh, my
Other
gosh.
people or other situations that are not yours.
I love that, right? And now I feel like these all are going to be needed worked on simultaneously.
Yeah.
Right? Because I feel like the first one we had went over, right? We do that, you know, it's something that we maybe are lacking in right now. Maybe we're at that stage right now.
Yep.
But then again, if we're doing that, if we're at that stage, you know, I mean, number one, you know, I mean, where we're not focusing on our hygiene and how we carry ourselves and look, right? We're most likely comparing ourselves to other people because you just said that when you went out to the clubs and bars and stuff like that, and we're throwing it back, shaking your tail feather, that you know you bought the dress and you didn't feel that you looked as beautiful as other people, even though other people still did not treat you different per se, right?
Yeah, my circle didn't.
And I feel that what we do in the time that we live in right now is social media driven, right? And I'm going to call myself out right now where I still do this. But what I've done, and I built so much confidence in my life, is that I check myself, right? So the big thing that a lot of us do right now is that we compare ourselves to other people and we sit and we ponder and we beat ourselves up over it.
Yep.
Right. I will have to think about it. We are all humans, right? I'm not going to sit here and say, hey, everyone, I never compare myself to other people. I'm perfect. No, I do compare myself to other people, right? But there's two different ways I look at it now, right? Before, my comparison to other people was jealousy.
Right.
I see someone that lost the weight, I'm jealous of them. I see someone that has something better than me, I'm jealous of them. I see someone that is driving a cooler car than me, it's daddy's money, it's ball. I was like a hater. Right. And now my comparison looks a little bit different. And I personally feel this comes with me working on myself over the last couple of years. And I'm still not done. Right. But my comparison now is not, oh, this person has this person has that.
Let me pout.
Like, let me pout. My person, my comparison now is I like how this person did that. How can I do that in my own way? Or what did it take for this person to get that?
Yeah.
Right. Like, that's where my comparison now.
Don't go to negative immediately.
And you don't go to negative right away. Right. So it's okay for someone to have something that you want. Think about it. The reason why you got that phone or the reason why you got that watch or the reason why you bought that car is because you most likely seen it out there first. And you're like, oh, that looks fly. Those rims look fly on that, or whatever it might be. That shirt looks really nice on her. I want to, whatever it is. So we do compare, but it doesn't have to be such in a negative place. But when we are in a negative place, right, when we are personally in a place down under that we don't want to be in, but we've also built this place for ourselves because, you know, we've been making the wrong decisions, we compare straight to negativity.
Yeah,
Right.
immediately.
And you have to understand that when you go and compare yourself to someone, you don't know the backstory. You don't know if it was given to them. And if it was, oh well, that's not you. That's not your cake. That's
And
their
it's never
cake.
going to be it.
And it's never
so
going to be
let's
it.
figure something else
right?
out.
And you don't know if they, you know, worked how hard they worked for it. For instance, you know, you follow me and Modified Frankie, and a lot of people get so upset at people when they go and they talk crap on our social medias, right? So you know how hard me and Modified Frankie worked. So therefore, don't judge the person that also did the work, maybe that are not us, because you don't know the journey and the road. Now, we choose to share what we've been through, and we were very open about our life and our relationship, right? But you don't know what the other person that went through to get to where they are, and you're comparing to them. It could have been given, it could have been earned, it could have been bought, it could have been stolen. You don't know, but whatever it is that you're comparing to is irrelevant because that is not your cake. That's their cake, right? No matter what is that comes out of their oven is never going to be yours.
You
right?
didn't bake that
Whatever you're putting in your stove right now, whatever you put on your oven right now, whatever you're baking right now, whatever recipes and just all the stuff you're using, that's going to be yours.
Yeah.
Right. So you comparing yourself to other people's, other people's stuff is never going to get you anywhere. What that's going to do, that's going to lead you into depression. Right. Because comparison is literally the root of all evil. We live in a time right now where, think about it. I'm not sure where I heard this before, but I think it was on another podcast. He was talking about when he was younger, that when, you know, a new game came out, or, you know, a new, skateboarding, skate, whatever it is, right? Something was out, new game, video game, whatever it is. Back when he was talking, and he looked like he was like his like 50s or 60s, right? He was talking about like when that came out, you had to be better than yourself and your friends next door, right? But nowadays, when something new comes out, or a new look, or new clothes, or a new car, or new watch, or X, Y, and Z,
You're competing
with the world.
That's
like you're think about it. Think about it. If this was 50 years ago, I just had to be better playing the guitar than my friend next door.
Yeah.
Right. And I couldn't go on YouTube and see this 12-year-old kid ripping at the guitar. Now I'm like, oh my gosh, this kid's 12. I'm 30 years old. I'm never going to be good, you know?
Yeah.
So like now we live in the age where everything is right in front of us and we see the best of the best. Right.
And a lot of times it might not be completely real.
Social media. I know a lot of people will be posting them. You know what I'm saying? What about comparison to your old version of yourself? You know what I mean?
So my comparison, I did it in a lot of different ways. One that always sticks out to me because I feel like I might need to reach out to this person and apologize is I was very mean to someone because
Oh, me? I'm here to apologize.
no, I was very mean to someone that I used to work with because other people would compare us.
No. So wait, I don't know if that counts.
No, I think
Does
it
it?
should count because then I internalized it. And then on top of that, like her production was like we were like neck and neck a lot of times, but then out of nowhere would blow me out of the water. And then I did find out that she did get a little bit of an advantage over me, but technically it wasn't her fault, and I was so mean to her.
Oh, because of that?
Yeah.
And so, well, what did that lead you into doing though? So like you just thought you weren't good enough then, and then
No, it would make me feel that I wasn't good enough, and why is this person getting a leg up? And then I would also think, okay, so whatever. If she's getting the leg up, then why am I still being compared if it's not like an equal play field? And then I would be mean to her, but also that I would talk about her behind her back. So it made me become a bitter person.
okay.
Because first I was being compared, and then I ended up comparing myself, and then I was mean.
Comparison, and you're mean for no reason,
Yeah.
right?
Because
All
it
right.
wasn't her fault.
And for me, you know, and comparison was, I would say everything. You know what I mean, I always compared myself to other people. I'd always look at my friends. I would always look at when we're out and I see other couples and stuff like that. Maybe before I was even dating you or while I was dating you, whoever it might be. I don't remember. It's been a long time. But I always be like, damn, like why am I this big, or why am I like this, or why does that person have this? Or I'll see a big guy with like, you know, a skinny girl, like, well, what makes me different? X, Y, and Z, right?
Yeah.
And like it was just comparison, but like I don't, you know, it could be a lot of different things. Like I could have just been, you know, I could have been the problem. But actually, no, it's not like I could have been the problem. I was the problem, right? Because at that point in my life, you know, I was so focused about impressing other people and trying to have things other people will like and trying to, you know, win over people. I was never really my true self. So of course I'm not going to be able to bring in the right people because I wasn't even being who I knew I should be.
So you can attract better.
I couldn't
than what you
attract
were
better
throwing
than
out.
what I was throwing out. Now I'm not saying I didn't have great friends and stuff like that growing up. No, I did, right? But I'm just kind of just going through these stages of like, you know, my journey and my mindset at that time of where I was when I was morbidly obese, right? And constantly looking on social media and think I wasn't good enough. I remember at one point I knew that I didn't know. Sorry. I was saying that, you know, to myself that my YouTube channel wasn't getting big because I was overweight and people were just being haters because I have a way cooler car than half these guys and they're not following me because of that.
I remember that moment or that time in your life because I remember there was this new guy that wanted to get into YouTube. He was a car guy, and you're the one who helped him start his page. And you're the one that helped him learn how to post and edit and all these things.
I edited
and
his
then
videos.
blew you out of the water with followers.
He went up to like 100,000 followers in like 4 or 5 months. And then like that was like a punch in the gut because, you know, I felt I put out quality
You're
content.
like, I did that though.
You know, I technically, I helped, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, and at the end of the day, I didn't. Now that time, I let that affect me. At that time, I let that deter me from doing YouTube because I figured I wasn't good enough. I was fat. No one wanted to see a fat person in a car, blah, blah, blah. Right. But if I would have known what I know now, I would have kept going because at the end of the day, that's his channel. That's his life. That's what he did. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have anything to do with me.
It doesn't take away from you.
It shouldn't take
level.
away. Now it does take away from us, right? And we shouldn't let that take from us. So I remember always focus on what you can control, not what you can't control, right? And so when you start comparing yourself to other people, you could control you not doing that or they having a better positive mindset. So that you can't control what other people have better than you or don't have better than you, right? You can't control because remember, you don't go and judge someone that doesn't have more than you, someone that doesn't have a cooler car than you, right? You don't go look at them like, oh, wow, I wish I had what I had. No, you don't do that.
No,
So
'cause
don't
it's
do
not
it.
even a thought.
Exactly. So don't do that for someone that's better, right?
Yeah.
Remember, you are focusing on building self-confidence in yourself, right? So this is a you versus you time. Like this is that time where we're getting selfish so we could get selfless, right? What's number 3?
Number 3.
All right, actually reiterate. What was it? Number 1, we got what? Modified
Take pride
Frankie.
in your appearance and hygiene.
Go get yourself some new clothes. Go take a shower. Wash your ass.
Number 2, don't compare yourself to others.
Do not compare yourself to other people because at the end of the day, you don't know what it took to get them there. And regardless if it was easy or hard,
It's not your
it's
journey.
not your journey. This is you versus you.
Okay, and number 3.
Oh, this is it. It's like, if you made it here, comment down below. I'm here.
I'm him.
I'm him or her.
Number 3, build a good reputation with yourself.
Ooh, let's get it. We should have made this number 1, but I wanted people to stay tuned for this, right?
You wanted the
I
drama?
wanted the drama,
Okay.
right? Right. Say it one more time, Frankie. What is a note that I told you specifically to write down for
So you
this?
started with that one, and you're like, put that as number 3.
I wanted that the last one, right?
It's
Read
build
it,
a good reputation with yourself.
right? What's the name of this podcast?
Modify your life.
No, I'm sorry. What's the title of this podcast? What is the title of this podcast?
3 ways to build confidence
3 ways to build confidence
in yourself.
You could get rid of number 1, and you could get rid of number 2, and you could literally just focus on number 3.
And it'll still give you 1 and
And
2.
it will still give you number 1 and 2,
Yeah.
right? Build a what?
A good reputation.
Let's start building a good reputation with yourself. Now, if you don't know what that means, let me paint you a picture, right? For a very long time since I was, let's say, seventh grade. We'll say 6th or 7th grade, whatever those two. I knew that I was heavier than everyone in class.
Okay.
I knew that I didn't get, I'm not gonna lie, I got my first kiss in 6th grade. You know, your boy has some game, right? But when it came to getting soccer clothes, I was in that weird age. I was in that weird thing. Came to being bullied, being made fun of. Now, I shouldn't lose weight because of other kids, but at the end of the day, we were all kids. That's what we do. If you were skinny and whatever it might be in elementary school, you bullied the fat kid. Right? If you were the fat kid in elementary school, you were, became a bully because you're like, well, these kids are gonna make fun of me. You know what I mean? Or you bully the smallest person. Like
Yeah.
it's all life. Like, not saying it's right. It's a circle of life, right? You ever watch Lion King? Right? It's a circle. It's literally it's been going on for years.
It'll never change.
It will never change.
Yeah.
Right? Because kids are assholes. When I was a kid, I was an asshole.
I was a bully.
You were a bully?
Yeah.
I don't like people like you. I was a
bully
fighter.
Wait, I was a bully because it was my defense mechanism. I wouldn't pick on people, but I'd made sure, like, if you were giving me any kind of shade, I was gonna attack first.
Oh, same. Oh, that you're defending yourself. That's like a shield we put up. I
Okay,
don't think
yeah.
you're a bully then. That was me. Like,
Yeah, I
you-
wouldn't pick on
you.
people.
You go for, like, say one thing, like, you're fat. Like, I'm going straight for
I'm
like your
going-
shoes.
I'm
I'm
going
going
for your
straight
throat.
for your throat. I'm gonna tell you that your mom's broke. Like, I'm gonna say where it hurts because, like, I think about it. I am fat. I do have man tits.
You're like, facts, but shut
You
up.
know what I mean? Like, it was. I had no. There's no like that's like the. You know what I mean? Like, being fat is not cool. I'm just gonna say, like, being fat was not cool in elementary school. I don't think it was
Yeah.
ever cool, right? Like I said, maybe back 60, 150 years ago, when the bigger you were, the richer you were, the girls liked you. But we're not there anymore,
Yeah.
right? We're not there, unfortunately, because if we were, baby, at
golden
650 pounds, I would be there with grapes being fed to me
And being fanned
and being fanned.
by the hotties.
That would have been nice. Born a little too late, you know what I mean? Just born a little too late.
It's your mom's fault.
I do blame my mom for a lot of different things, but not that. I just gotta blame my mom for nothing. She blames herself for a lot. I don't blame her for anything. But yeah, so once again, right? Build a forgot what was it?
Build a good reputation with yourself.
Once again, build a great reputation with yourself. Right. So going back to the elementary school conversation, that since I knew that it was a problem, it was now my obligation to fix it. Now, yes, I was young. I was in elementary school. I was a quick bloomer when it came to liking girls. Right. But getting into, let's not even use elementary school. Let's use junior high. Right now, I'm in my teens, going to become a high schooler. Some of my friends were losing weight. We got some people got a little chubby. Some, we started liking
Losing the
girls
baby
even
weight?
more, losing the baby weight, whatever it might be. And I could have did the same thing. Right, I couldn't run in PE. Like I would always, come out. Like, say I was sick when we had to do the mile. There was a lot of just laziness I was doing in school, right? And that school laziness was actually bleeding to, like, my learning too, and all this stuff. But what it is that since that first day that I told myself that I wanted to lose weight. The first time I went to Weight Watchers with my grandma, the first time I started, I signed up for a gym membership in junior high. I started to play a sport, and my coach told me I need to lose weight. When I was in 6th grade, when I went to play Pop Warner, and I couldn't play because I was too big, and I had to play with adults. Right. Ever since then, I told myself I want to lose weight. Every single time that I didn't do it, I didn't stay true to myself, I was building a bad reputation for myself. I was not putting myself first. I was not sticking to my guns. Now, one would say, well, man, you were young. And you're right. I was young, but look what it led into, right? Now,
It was a snowball
it's
effect.
a snowball effect, right? And now we're in junior high. We'll get into high school. Okay, now I'm an adult, right?
Ish.
Now I'm adult-ish. I'm 16, 17, 18 years old. but yet I'm still overweight. And all those times I told people that I was going to lose weight, I told myself I was going to lose weight at 24-hour fitness when me and my boy Caesar and Felix would go. I had friends who told me, hey man, you got to lose weight. My coaches for high school told me I had to lose weight. I wanted to lose weight. I couldn't get certain girls. Like all that stuff, right? It was my obligation to change myself. So my self credit score, you know, my love for myself was deteriorating over time because I wasn't respecting myself, right? And when this started led into is it not just me not believing in myself or doing things I said for weight loss, it led into not taking anything else seriously that I said, right? Everything that I did, everything that Anthony Lopez accomplished half-assedly from early teens into 27 years old before I changed my life around, everything was half-assed. It was good for like, it's very hard to explain. I would do something until I got comfortable and I wouldn't push past even harder. Like, you know what I mean? Like I got to that first hill, maybe a second hill. I don't know what hill it is. Oh, I can't do that. You know, I got to this first hill and right between that second hill and third hill, I would give up. Like everything, it's hard to explain. Like everything was half-assed. Like I would not push past I would run away from the hard. That's the only way I could really think of. Anytime there's a little pushback or setback, I would stop. I would slow down. When things started getting difficult, became a lot of work, I would slow down and I would jump ship to the next thing. And then I would get to that part and then I would do the same thing. And I get to, the only thing that, you know, I'm not going to fast forward today, but that's what I would do, right? Because I didn't have respect for myself. I didn't have the, you know, the self-confidence in myself. I did not have a good relationship with myself. I didn't believe myself. I know when I was saying something in my head, I knew it was a lie. And then when we get to the point where it turns into lying, so you just start lying about everything. I was a compulsive liar, right? And what about you when it comes with, wait, was it? Oh my God, why do I keep forgetting
Building
this?
a good reputation with you.
Oh my gosh, I am off. This shoulder needs a heal. All right,
So
what about you?
this is
Your
something-
reputation with yourself.
So this is something I'm actually still working on. I haven't perfected it all, but I have gotten much better. But like at my lowest point of life, there was absolutely no way that I believed in myself, and also like I knew that I was bullshitting myself, even with my own internal dialogue.
Yeah.
Like I would say, for example, Friday's coming, right? And okay, I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna set up my whole weekend. So I'm gonna make sure that Saturday morning I wake up at 7 a.m., make you breakfast, make sure I clean the whole house. So then it's completely clean. Then on Sunday, I'm gonna do all the laundry and make sure that I put it away this time. Saturday comes around, Sunday comes around, I do nothing. And then I'm just like, well, saw that coming.
You're not upset. You're not upset with yourself anymore.
No,
because you're
I'm
just
like,
used to that result. You're used to the outcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I know exactly how that goes. There's been so, like I was just thinking like there's been so many things like
The intention was there, but I knew I wasn't gonna do it.
It's like it's really hard to like. It's really hard to sit down when it comes to these podcasts and write this stuff down of like what I want to talk about because there's so much. Like think about it. I'm talking about from the age 10 or 13, whatever I remember, till 27 years old. So there's a mix of emotions and stuff like that. But like as you're talking about that, like I literally also had that same thing where I'll tell you like, oh yeah, babe, I'm gonna do this, and then we're gonna save this money, and then we're gonna pay this off, like you know what I mean, before, and I knew damn well that it wasn't gonna happen. Like it was just like I had just think right now, like it was like I was having a conversation to sound like I was a busy and intelligent person
To
when
yourself.
to you too while we were talking, and I didn't even believe it. Because I knew that I wasn't willing to work for it. Like, does that make sense? But then I
Yeah.
would get mad when things wouldn't go my way. But
Even though you
obviously,
did
even though I
everything for
did
it not to go
everything
your way.
not, everything exactly right. Don't get mad at the results you earned.
Yeah.
Right. I would get so mad, and then once again, it would fall back into the last one: comparison. This is not just meant for me. Well, this person is better than me, so that's why. Or it's because I'm fatter. You get what I'm saying? We're like
Yeah.
all these three things. Even though I say we could focus on this one thing and build a better reputation with yourself, right? We could just focus on this, but it all kind of leads into all that, right? They all kind of get scrumpled up with each other, right? Because my reputation with myself was not there because of my choosing, myself, what I've chose to do over what I really
Will you
want to do.
allow yourself to do or not do?
Well, yeah, because I chose to put other things in front of what I really want to do. Why? Because the things that I want to do and the things I know I need to do to accomplish, to be successful, to lose weight, or to run a good business, or to be a better filmer, or be whatever it is, I knew there was a lot of work behind it, and I didn't want to do it
Yeah.
because I rather work.
Too much.
I rather work. I rather do half-ass work, and then let Friday come around and not deal with it again until next week. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And
I have another example.
Oh,
I would, in my mind, I had every intention initially to meal prep. And I would meal prep. And I would take my food to work and I would not eat it. I would go and get fast food. And then I had the audacity to complain even to myself of meal prepping is so expensive. But I wouldn't even eat it. And I'd spend twice because I'm going to go to Jack in the Box anyway.
You and me both, girl. There's
did
been so
too?
many times where that meal prep stuff went bad in my work fridge, and I was like, "Oh, that sucks."
But
Put it
honestly,
this
that's
way.
what we get because we were team too much like with the bland food.
So there's so many different. Look, we were doing what we thought weight loss was. Now we know this is completely wrong. But that's what we thought, because how many people are listening right now that once thought weight loss was chicken, rice, and vegetables? Or no, stay away from carbs, actually. Chicken and vegetables. You can't do
Chicken and
this. You
broccoli.
got to go to the gym 5 days a week. Like, you don't lose weight in the gym. Like, get that out of your head. Like, you lose weight in the kitchen. The gym helps you mentally, physically, helps you keep muscle mass, build muscle mass. It helps you with your mental, right? When you're having a bad day, go lift some weights. I guarantee you'll feel a lot better. Go let out some frustration. Go punch a bag, right? But people
believe
think
it
like
now.
you got to go to the gym. Like, that's, people are like so obsessed about their workout splits and all this stuff. Like, bro, like, you're not going to lose weight. You're not going to build muscle. You're not going to lose body fat just because you're going to the gym. Like, it's literally nutrition. The one thing that you don't want to do is the one thing stopping you, right? The one thing that you refuse to learn is the one thing that's stopping you. The reason why you say that all these fashion or fad diets don't work and crash diets don't work is because you don't want to do, you want something quick, and you don't want to do something consistency, and that's learn, right? So you need to start building a better reputation of yourself. And you want to know the one way to do that? The one way to build a better reputation with yourself, right, is this. Stay consistent on focusing on one task a day. Right? Now, what I mean by that is that what you're going to want to do, right, is you're going to want to get up this podcast and change your life today. And you are going to think about it this way. If you try to do that, it's like you might as well tie your shoes together and go try to run. Because you might not trip right away, but you're going to trip in the next, probably in the next 20, 30 steps.
Yeah.
Right? Especially as you keep on trying to speed up and go faster, you're going to trip, right? So this is what you do. This is how you build this with yourself. Find one task to do every single day and complete it. Because what that's going to do, it could be different. Tomorrow I'm going to the gym. Tomorrow I'm going to make sure my lunch is X, Y, and Z. Tomorrow I'm talking about that, not master anything. Just what it is
like
is that
really simplifying
you
it.
very simplified, because what right now, this is your credit score with yourself. This is you. I can't go that high. My shoulder's messed up, right? Your self-credit score with yourself is way down here. You don't have any faith in yourself right now. Now, this is not love. This is not happiness. This is not X, Y. This is faith in yourself. This is all this is. It's just a faith line, right? You don't have trust in your word. But what that's going to do when you say, tomorrow, I'm going to go do a 30-minute walk. Boom. All right. And then, okay, cool. Today I don't have time for the gym today, but I'm going to make sure that I have a solid high protein lunch today. Boom. All right, I think I'm going to, actually, you know what? This weekend, I really, really want to go out, but I've been saying I'm going to clean my garage because I want to put my car in there because I know it's raining season. Boom. Right? And you start doing that, and over time, it starts creeping up to where, guess what? What happens? What do you get?
You believe in yourself.
What is number 3?
You build.
Baby, you got to stop doing that.
Well, you didn't even remember either. Have a good reputation with yourself.
And as you keep on doing that, your reputation with yourself, your self-love, everything is going to go up. Because think about it. How many years have you been bringing that down? How many years have you been saying you're going to do something for yourself and not sticking to it? How many years have you went on crash diets and then failed? Stop. Get the crash diet out of your head. Get the quick, instant, fast, now crap out of your head. It's not going to work. This is going to take time. And guess what? You're not going to do this thing and this one thing a day for the next 7 days and think you won. And whoever said that it takes 21 days to build a habit is fucking stupid. All right. It takes freaking 21 years. Just to have that in your head. Forget 21 days is not, I could do 21 days of anything right now. And I guarantee that 20-second day, if it's not something that was sustainable for me, I'm probably going to start falling off.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to lie. I'm being 100% honest. It's just how it is. But guess what? Little bit, gradually over time, remember, you are rewiring I said this like a couple podcasts ago. You are rewiring, right? You are not completely getting rid of that wire. You're taking that wire from A and wire from F, and you're now rewiring it to each other, right? Because instead of thinking negatively, you want to think positively. But instead of overeating, you want to portion control. Instead of, giving up on yourself, you want to give up yourself less. And the next one will be a little less. Like, you know what I mean? But people want it so fast and fast and fast that they go 0 to 100 right away, and they get mad that they don't get results. Hello, it's only been 14 days.
Yeah.
It's literally only been 7 days. It's only been 3 days of eating good. Why did you get on the scale and expect fucking 50-pound weight loss?
Oh, damn.
Don't do that to yourself, right? This is going to happen over time, right? This is something that's going to happen over time, right? You start feeling lack of confidence in yourself, and you want to start working on loving yourself. Focus on, getting yourself some clothes that fit you correctly, right? Focus on your hygiene for you. So you look in the mirror, even though you're not the weight that you want to be at, you look in the mirror and you're happy and you're like, you know what? This is not who I'm going to be forever, but this is who I am now, and this is who I'm working on. And I want to be confident.
This is the best version of myself in this moment.
Exactly. This is the best version of yourself in this moment, right? Leading into number 2, which is, I don't know why I keep on forgetting these damn things, whiteboard.
Don't compare yourself.
Right? Getting into another thing too. You want to start becoming better and have, build that self-confidence with yourself and that trust in yourself. Stop comparing yourself to other people, whether it be your sister, your mom, your uncles, your brothers, your best friends, or Instagram, right? Stop comparing yourself to other people. You are not them. You're all on the same path, but you guys are on different roads. We are all here we're the reason why we're on Modify Your Life podcast, including myself and Modify Frankie, is because we want to become better. But at the end of the day, my road is not her road. Her road is not my road. Now, one day we will meet at that finish line, one of the finish lines, right? But that's not the end. Right, we'll meet there, but our roads are completely different. I'm over here going up, down, left, right. She's over here going do over here next to chilling. You know what I mean, jogging, walking, whatever it might be.
In my Hokas.
You know what I mean, or Hokas or whatever it might be. But guess what? Our paths are different, but our goal is to get to the same place. Right. So you going and comparing yourself and saying poor me or why don't I have this? It's not that it's poor you. Why don't you have this? Get out there and build that. Right. Because regardless of what that person did to get that, they have that you don't. You can sit there and you complain and cry about it. Or you can sit there and build a game plan of how you're going to be better and not have what they have, and how you're going to not only have what they have, but how you're going to have what they have and be better at it. Have it better. Not faster, better. Don't think about fast, right? Self-confident. Or what was the last one?
The last one is building a good reputation.
Right?
With yourself.
Reputation, right? Don't sit here and think, okay, in the next 2 days, I'm going to do this and I got this. No. This is something you want to do for the rest of your life. Every single day, I always focus on doing something that's going to make me better. Right. And when as I keep on doing that, I keep on focusing on the wins. Just start off with 1. Right. If you say that you're going to do something, right, it could be the smallest thing is tomorrow I'm going to throw out the trash because I know it's trash day. You think it's so small, but how many times have you let a whole nother week that your trash is all overflowing? Right. You freaking leave, toothpaste on top of the toilet seat or on the brush thing. And you say, oh, I need to clean that. But then you don't. And the next day you don't clean it. And the next day you don't clean it. I'm going to take care of it, but you don't. Right, you throw a piece of trash next to the toilet and you miss the trash can. You're like, oh, I'll pick it up right now, but you don't. And you let it sit there for 2 or 3 days. Right? You say you're going to go to the gym today, but then as soon as your friend calls you, you don't go to the gym. Right?
I'm too busy.
You say you're going to have a solid meal for breakfast or lunch or dinner, whatever it might be, and then you make it for you, but then you don't eat it. Right? So focus on one of those. Take away all the 20,000 things you have on your list to become better and focus on one. Every single day, and what that's going to do, it's going to allow your self-credit score to go up. And you focus on these 3 things, right? If you focus on these 3 things, which is technically number 3 is all of them together, right? Except for maybe like the first one of like your hygiene and your looks, right? That's just like a little hidden thing that makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Right? You focus on these 3 things and your self-confidence is going to be through the roof. And guess what? The cool thing about having self-confidence is that you don't need to be at your end goal to start building self-confidence with yourself.
Facts.
Right? You do not need to be at your goal to have self-confidence in yourself, because what you're going to realize is that you are right now the best version of yourself after you put in the work. And guess what? In 6 months, you're another person. In 6 months, you're another person. 6 months, you're another person. However long your journey is going to go for. Right? So you're always going to be confident in that person. And as you keep on becoming more confident, right? all those little things that you used to worry about and stress about, and comparison and how you look up and how people look at you and how people judge you, it starts going away, because the reason why you're so focused on that right now is because you're so insecure, right? Those insecurities, I'm not going to say go away, but those insecurities get very, very small. Are there different insecurities? Don't get me wrong. We're human beings.
We'll
Like I said,
adopt
we
some new ones.
We'll adopt some new ones, right? But you focus on these 3 tasks, right? You go out there in your journey, you focus on these 3 tasks, even just starting today, and it doesn't need to be weight loss. It could just be for life in general. Maybe you're not ready for weight loss here. That's totally fine, right? But you want to become a better human being. If you focus on these 3 things, you start working on them. I'm telling you, over time, you're going to notice a big difference in your life, a big difference in how you look, a big difference in your personality, how you act, how you carry yourself, and guess what? The self-love you have in yourself, right? Because at the end of the day, what truly matters is when you look at the mirror, how you feel about yourself. No one else. With that being said, I'm your host, Anthony Lopez, with my co-host, Modified Frankie. This is Modify Your Life podcast, where we talk about modify your life mentally, physically, emotionally, financially.
And thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching and listening. Enjoy
And
yourself.
I still want more comments. You're not listening.
Well, it made all of today, so I'll take that one. So have a great day, and we'll talk to you in the next one.
Elevate, elevate. Only obligation is to tell it straight. All this happened for myself and my family. There's no way that this is real, man, it can't be.